Hey guys, Victor from Victor G Photography here, and today I'm in the Academy Studio Fitness with a fantastic personal fitness trainer. His name is Christian. He's warming up right now, but I figured I would go over what I'm going to be doing today. So for the first setup, what we have is a simple 2-light setup for dramatic lighting. This is the kind of thing that you want to do when you have muscles and definition that you really want to highlight. You either want to backlight or side light, and what that's going to do is it's going to cut some light around the model himself, and it's going to highlight a lot of the shadows of his muscles and everything like that. So what I have set up right now is the backdrop, which is the Academy sign. And how I'm exposing for this is I'm underexposing by a couple stops, which is going to make this darker in the background. While at the same time I'm going to properly expose for him. And so what that's going to do is kind of just make everything just fall off behind him without falling into black or without it being too overexposed. So we'll go ahead and get into it in a second, and then we'll go from there. What I also wanted to talk about is what I'm going to be using. I'm shooting on my D750 with the 70-200 2.8 from Tamron. The system that I'm using is 400 watt strobes from Adorama, and I'm using the X1 system. I have them powered at about 1/16 power and on 2 different strip boxes with grids. The grids themselves just kind of give me more directional light, so I don't have to worry very much about it just kind of bleeding into or getting all over the place. It's very directional, and that way I don't have to worry about anything like that. As far as settings, I have my ISO pretty low, about 160. I'm going to be at f4 at 1/160th of a second. 1/60th of a second is a good sync speed for a lot of strobes that you're using in the studio, because your normal camera sync speed is going to be at most 2/50th of a second. 1/60th is just good for letting in a little bit of light. I'm not trying to shoot very shallow depth of field, so f4 is good for me right now. I might bump up the f-stop a little bit more to maybe f8 as we go along, just depending on how much I want focused in the background. And your ISO is just going to be dependent on how much light you want let in onto the scene as well.
That's good.
All right, so we're here with setup number 2. I have my 8600 actually as the main key light, kind of 45-degree angled down towards him. The softbox is, I think it's a 32-inch softbox. But what that's going to do is just going to create just a nice softer light instead of the dramatic lighting that we were just doing. And then as a back side lighting or rim lighting, we have the 400 with the gridded strip box on it. And that's just going to create a nice side lighting to separate him from the background. I'm still underexposing the background just a little bit, but I wanted to do it in front of the weight set. That way it has more of a gym feel instead of just having a plain backdrop like that. So we're going to have Christian do a couple reps and we'll take some good shots. So I didn't get to do a recording on my setup for this style, but as you can see on the right, we have the key light. I had to turn up the power on that strobe to, I think, 1/8, just because it's a little further away and I wanted to create just a dramatic drop off in light. And then on the far left, you have the strip box just for some highlight on the side. My next setup is at these pull-up bars. You can see on the left is the key light. It's kind of 45 degrees pointing down at him, and on the far right is the gridded softbox for the side lighting. For the key light, I had it back down to, I believe, 1/16th power, and then the side lighting is at 1/16th as well.
That's good.
All right, guys, last shoot for today. What we're doing are the rings. You can see set up behind us. Same kind of lighting setup. We have the main key light, which is going to be the AD600. I think that's powered down to, I think, 1/32nd power. And the strip box on the backside right there at 1/16th power. It's just adding a little bit of fill light. Actually, let me see what my, yeah, that's the ratio. So 1/32nd to 1/16th. And then I have my ISO at 160 just to let in a little bit of ambient light while keeping my f-stop at 4.5. Shutter speed is around 1/160th of a second. All right, that was our shoot for today. We've had an incredible time. Christian did a fantastic job with the poses. The lighting was exquisite. Hope you guys liked everything going on. Let me know in the comments description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time.